Hey there, gorgeous. My name is Melissa, and I am also known as the Taropist. And I am going to be your tarot card reader. Guys, we are just going to do a collective, whatever comes out reading. We're going to freestyle and see what messages need to come through for the collective today. Guys, this can resonate for any placement of any zodiac sign at any time. All of my readings are timeless. And it's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. Always just take whatever resonates for you and leave the rest. Um, I do have personal readings available. However, I'm closed for Zoom and FaceTime readings. Anything you need to know about the readings I have available are in the description box below. Again, with the exception, I do not have, even though it says I have Zoom and FaceTime readings down there, those are currently unavailable, but all the rest of the information is in the description box below. And if you ever have any questions about that, you can certainly always email me, which is listed below, and or comment if you would like. So basically, those are going to be that's the most powerful way for me to pick up on your personal situation is by you purchasing a personal reading. But if you are not interested or unable to purchase a personal reading for any reason, and you'd like me to be more likely to pick up on your personal energy in my collective readings, then make sure you are engaging with the channel in some way. Some really easy ways, guys. If you're, let's say, a private person who doesn't really want to be seen on social medias and online, you can certainly just like any of my content or even just view it, to be honest with you. But liking it is going to give the universe the cue that you would like to pick up on me to pick up on your energies, okay, more thoroughly in these readings. And the more you engage, the more likely it is that I will pick up on your personal energy. I channel energy, and again, that's a way for you to transfer your energy here onto the channel and into these readings. So again, liking, commenting, you can certainly always share any of my content. And my personal favorite, and I think the most powerful way for me to pick up on your personal situation in my collective reads is by you clicking the little subscribe button below. Okay. If you are going to subscribe and you'd like me to be, no, I'll be notified. Okay. But if you'd like to be notified when I do upload or go live in the future, then make sure you have your notifications set to all. And I think I am going to be going live this evening. That's not 100% sure, but pretty close to 100%. So make sure you have your notifications on, okay? And let's dive right in here. We have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Ooh, it felt powerful. I'm very excited for you. I want to say, I don't know what lessons, karmic lessons, by the way, is this Saturn energy? Yes, it is. So it feels like Saturn energy, like you had a placement in your birth chart where you had to learn, like, I want to say this, it feels like the same lesson over and over. And you weren't learning it over and over again because you weren't learning. It's like you were mastering something. Okay. That's the energy that I'm getting. By the way, a lesson that comes by way of Saturn is not about um, punishing you. It's about you mastering some part of your life, some part of your chart, some part of the your existence here in this lifetime, okay, or over many lifetimes, I want to say, even. So let me find out more. Again, this is not about punishment. However, it does feel that way sometimes when you're in the midst of the karmic connections and you're having maybe feeling stuck or whatever it is. It's like you weren't actually stuck. You were mastering this. This is kind of like, it's so powerful. Have faith in your dreams. And so then they are bringing up, and this keeps coming up, so I must get a lot of people who are in the public eye here, but I want to say the presence isn't as known as it's going to be, because whatever, it's like you've been in a very slow moving energy by way of Saturn's grace. Okay. Like Saturn was helping you to master something before you were seen. So there's a reason for that. I want to say you were hidden in plain sight or something like that. Like you were out here putting content out or something like that, but then it seemed like nobody was seeing it. And there is a reason for that, because the divine didn't want your work to be seen until it was mastered. Okay. And I love that for you. Although it doesn't feel easy while you're going through that, and conclusions are within reach is here. Whew, and luck is on your side. You guys, you can't make this shit up. It's too beautiful. But we got Capricorn, and we have Sagittarius here, but both coming through quite often in my readings right now. So it could be anywhere in your chart, could be your sun sign, could be anything. But these energies, so we got Jupiter and Saturn here. By the way, wherever those are in your chart, if you know anything about astrology, you can look and see. It's like whatever lesson, and I feel like lifelong you've been mastering is about to break for you. The breakthrough is going to be so profound. It's like, I want to say you had this acute idea of how successful this was going to be, and you had it on a small scale in your mind that you thought was big. And it's like, no, no, you're so cute. That is not nearly as big as this was intended to be for you. And the breakthrough is going to be profound. It's huge, and it's something like you didn't even imagine. And they're saying you imagined it. It just is even on a larger scale than you had imagined. So something in the public eye here where you are going to be all of a sudden, I want to say viral, and I hate to say that, but it does feel like all of a sudden your content is going to start being seen in mass amounts. And because the message is finally clear, or you finally mastered the work, or you've mastered the lesson, or you've mastered the teachings, is actually the energy. It feels very guru-y, and we're going to get more. Wow. Well, you could certainly be a Cancerian or a Pisces here, both very strong energy. This does represent the moon, and this does represent even though it's the moon card, it represents the planet Neptune. So both Pisces and Cancerian are here. But these cards are both major arcanas, and they both represent our intuition. And by the way, they're talking about the Saturn energy. Is your moon and Saturn? I don't know, something about conjunct the moon, Saturn conjunct the moon. I don't really understand what that means. So, or Neptune or something like that. There was some sort of lesson here that you were mastering, and it felt very um it was actually you learning to trust your intuition. And it is about overcoming subconscious fears by way of listening to your intuition. And the way that we do this, by the way, we master this, is just by listening to the little voice inside of our heads that have us reach for more, try harder, do better, um make better choices, something like that. And again, this is like, there's no like being like in the third dimension saying, do this now, try that now, quit that now, do. It's like you were following your intuition to do better and try harder and to evolve. And that is what you're about to be seen for and teaching the collective about, or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna get one more card here, but the message seems clear. You've raised your frequency and you've gotten into this. So this is the minor arcana. It's the Four of Wands. It's the minor arcana version of the World card here. And it talks about a completion, which the conclusions are within reach, the end of a tough cycle. So all of this is about a huge cycle's end, where you finally mastered these things. And again, it's not that the fears haven't been coming up for you, these subconscious fears. It's that you've taken control of them instead of letting them control you. Meaning that even though your fear was nagging at you, you listened to your intuition anyways and did the thing that you felt like you were called to do or supposed to do. And it does feel like the public eye, and it does feel like, even, despite the lack of success or external success that you were receiving in the public eye, you continued to do whatever it is you were doing here, or continue to do whatever you were feeling called to do, even though I want to say it was bringing up a lot of subconscious fears about rejection, abandonment, not being worthy, or something like that, or your content or your creation not being worthy of being seen. So whatever this is, the reason why it's been here and for so long, is for you to master that energy and to, again, learn how to follow your intuition, regardless of what it looks like in the physical world. And then we do have the Seven of Cups here, and I want to bring it up because it talks about making sure that you're using your discernment. Just because something looks shiny on everything glitters isn't gold, is what this is indicating here. And just because it looks a certain way on the surface does not mean that that is what the contents of the item are. So these could be people that you have in your energy, and they're wanting to make sure, by the way, that you clean your circle up at this time, because things are going to start really moving forward for you. So they want to make sure that you don't have any of those kind of, like, I'm getting energy vampires in your energy. So you're going to be able to, they're saying there's a way for you to be able to discern, right? You can't see it on the surface here, but there's people that make you feel drained when you're in their presence or in their energy. And I want to say, because they are bringing up this energy where you maybe have these deep-seated fears of unworthiness. So somebody who is confident or worthy might make you feel, so they want you to be able to discern the difference here between somebody who is actually draining your energy and somebody who is making you drain your own energy because they're powerful energy makes you uncomfortable and or insecure. Okay. I hope this makes sense for you. I'm working on this myself, because I sometimes, as a very, what's the right word, intuitive person, you can pick up on all energies. So it's sometimes hard to discern what's your own and what is somebody else's. And so when you get an icky feeling around somebody, I want you to honor that, but I also want you to recognize if your own insecurities are coming into play because you think that person is somehow more worthy than you. By the way, they are not. But that doesn't matter if you feel that every time you're around somebody who has given you no proof or no, they've done nothing to you, or God, because I always want you to trust your intuition, but I want you to try to learn to discern the difference between your own insecurities and your intuition. And they do feel very similar coming from experience. When somebody triggers, when somebody's very exuberant and they trigger an insecurity in me, I might think they're being fake. And sometimes they are, but sometimes they're just, um, sometimes I was living apologetically, and I still do sometimes. And I was maybe feeling insecure around somebody who does not feel the need to do that. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. I love you so much, and we are all learning these things and learning how discernment and how to discern again when somebody's being disrespectful, um, or even when somebody is talking behind our back. I want you to honor your intuition on these things. And again, even if they're triggering an insecurity within you because they are so lovely, um, that's okay. You can walk away from that situation if you want to. I'm not telling you to stay in a situation that makes you uncomfortable. However, discomfort is where we grow. But they are bringing this up. Okay, so you decide what to do with that message, and I'm going to leave it there for you. But they are saying that, know the difference between people who are supportive and supporting you, but might be a little further along in the ascension process or this healing process than you, and then it triggers a feeling of inadequacy in you, not because of anything that they did, but because of who they are. I hope that makes sense for you. And then there are, people that are out here trying to make you feel bad about yourself. And they're going to say things that are like backhanded compliments. And it's like, so knowing the difference and then kind of releasing yourself from any situation that is causing you to feel less than worthy. Again, not because, well, it is what it is. Even if you're feeling less than worthy because they have gotten to a place where you wish you were. Um, but yeah, I don't know what this message is exactly. I hope you understand it. They're saying that whoever the message is for will understand it. And that's as far as I'm going to take it. So I love you so much. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button. It feels like a very exciting breakthrough coming for you. And I just want to say again, don't forget to make sure, by the way, they are bringing up the ocean. If you have like a large body of water that you can submerge yourself into at this time to clear any of that, what I was talking about, that your own insecurities up, you can certainly always dive into the ocean, a lake, a river, whatever it is. Even if you don't have any of that available to you, an Epsom salt bath would be another way. And then just ask the divine to release you from any of those insecurities, or to at least not allow those insecurities to dictate. Because I want to say that you might sabotage good relationships because you're learning how to discern. And by the way, it feels like it's somebody who didn't have boundaries before because they were so empathic and now are trying to learn how to have boundaries, but may self sabotage some good connections because of their own lack of worthiness in some areas of their life still. Okay. I hope this makes sense for you, but getting out and connecting with nature is how you're going to clear up any of that stuck or stagnant energy. Okay. Some of those insecurities. And so grounding, bare feet into the ground, don't care where you are in the world. If you connect your bare feet to the ground, you can expel any of these energies, any of these insecurities and deep seated, what are my subconscious fears, into the earth. You can ask the universe, the earth, the God, whatever you believe in, to take those from you by way of expelling them through your palms of your hands or your feet. Your feet are the best place to expel energy, by the way. And you can also ask to get any life force energy that you're going to need to properly handle the amount of success that's coming your way. Okay. I love you so much. And I will see you guys in the next reading.